Good morning. We're looking at frequently asked homework questions for homework 5.11, so 511. So I heard 8 and 9. So as we look at 8 and 9, it had two different set of instructions. The first said write this in vertex form by completing the square. So that's what we're looking at first, is getting this into vertex form. So to get it into vertex form, I know that I'm going to be making this into a PST. So I'm going to go ahead and add something, and then on the same side, I'm going to go ahead and subtract that same quantity. What I like to do is think backwards. So I think about what the factored form would be. To get x squared, I need x and x. To get a 1x in the middle, I would have 1/2 and 1/2. So that means I'm adding a 1/4, and I'm going to be turning around and subtracting 1/4. So y equals x plus 1/4 squared plus 7/4. So that's part one. Part two said to find the x-intercepts, and so I'm going to set this equal to 0. And I need to work on getting x by itself. So subtracting 7/4. Take the square root. The square root of 4 is 2, so I can bring that out. I cannot take the square root of 7. And the square root of -1 is I. Whatever comes out of a square root must be positive, so therefore I need absolute value. Therefore, that means I need a piecewise, because I know absolute value is made up of, and let's move left, 2 pieces. So I have to find the equation for each piece. So the first piece will just be x plus 1/4. And as a reminder, the way you find the domain for that piece is you take x plus 1/4 and set it greater than or equal to 0. So x is greater than or equal to -1/4. Your second piece will have the domain x is less than -1/4. And its equation is just a reflection of the first. So there we go. Now I need to write my two equations. So x plus 1/4 equals I root 7/2. The paper is bent here. Let me move my computer back. Then I'll take the opposite of x plus 1/4 and set it equal to I root 7/2. Which means I subtract -1/4 plus I root 7/2. And I know the other answer should be the conjugate of that, so I'm just going to go ahead and write that other solution. Since it does, well actually this said x-intercepts. I think that's what the directions said. Let me go back and look. Yes, so technically your answer here should be no x-intercepts. It should have no x-intercepts. It does have solutions, but it does not have any x-intercepts. And 9 is worked in a very similar manner. 9's worked in a very similar manner. I did have someone ask about number 6, and you just said you had trouble with it, so I'm not sure what part. If I had to guess, it might be graphing the quadratic. So what I did is I went ahead and I worked number 6 by completing the square to get it in vertex form. So to do that, I factored -2 out of these first two terms. I then put a plus a blank, and then I had to balance that. So this would be x squared plus 4x plus 4 is what I would add in the blank, but that 4 is being multiplied by -2. That means I've actually added a -8, so I turn around and add 8 to balance that, which gives me my vertex form. Okay, and so again, I'm not sure what part you may have struggled with, but that would have been my guess as to what would have happened there.